Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, what I'm gonna do, I've been seeing on a lot of different posts, and a lot of people been having questions of how to create passing chords. So, what I'm gonna simply do is break down. It's a simple formula that you can do to add passing chords. The first thing you would need to know is your chords because it's good to kind of know your chords, so that way, if you already have an existing progression that you can kind of analyze it and know when to add your different chords and things like that into your progression and what kind of tone size what lead to what. I'll be in the key of A flat, and my progression will be simply a sharp 4 7 3 6 2 5 1, and that's my basic progression. And from there, I'll show you how you can add passing chords to that progression to make it sound even better. So I'll play the sharp 7 3 6 for you, and then I'll break it down to you with passing chords. So that don't sound too bad. So I'll give you those chords first. Simply doing a D minor 7 flat 5. It'll be D with my left hand. Right hand would be A flat. I'm sorry, D and A flat with my left hand. My right hand would be C F A flat C. My next chord would be G7 sharp 5 sharp 9. I'm doing G D F with my left hand. My right hand I'm doing B E flat F B flat. My next chord is a C minor 9. My left hand. Right hand I'm doing B flat D E flat G. And then I'm going to that F7 sharp 5 sharp 9. You see that and hear that in a lot of gospel music. Be F C E flat with my left hand. My right hand will be A C sharp E flat A flat. My next chord would be a B flat 9, and that's simply B F A flat with your left hand. Right hand would be D flat F A flat. Next chord would be, I think it's like a E flat 9 or 11 or something like that. I'm not for sure. It'd be E flat E flat with your left hand. Right hand would be D flat F A flat B flat. Into like an A flat major 9. Be A flat E flat with your left hand. Right hand would be G B flat C E flat. So that's the basic progression. Now I know you can do that so many times and it get kind of boring to you. But what you simply can do is something that I came up with and learned is that you can actually add. We're gonna stick with just the dominant sevens right now, and you can actually add a dominant 7 into your plan to get to each chord. So you can keep the sharp 4, which is the D minor 7 flat 5, but what you can do is add a D7 in between there, going from the D to the G, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9. So the simple would be you have your D, which is just the original progression, your D minor 7 flat 5, and then you went right to the G7 sharp 5 sharp 9. So now instead of before you get to that 7, you can simply keep your D minor 7 flat 5 and just add a D7 to it. Notice the difference? Only thing I just simply did was I changed the quality of the chord. I kept my bass on the D, and I just changed the chord from D minor 7 flat 5 to just a D7 and made it dominant so it can flow smoothly into the next chord. Okay, so that I voiced the D7 like this: D A with your left hand, right hand is C F sharp C. my next chord is, which is the G7 chord, sharp 5, sharp 9. So what I can do, since that already, because the thing about a dominant 7 chord, it have a tendency of leading and pushing you to the next chord. So since that's already dominant with a few alterations, I can keep that the same because it's simply going to pull me towards to that C, which is the 3. It's going to simply pull me to the 3. So I can pretty much keep that the same. Now another trick that you can do is when I'm going to that 3, instead of just going right to that C minor 9, I can simply take that C and just add a dominant to it, which I would do a C9. So it sound like this with the C9 added. So notice the difference. So the basic concept of this is you already have your progression written out, or you already have your progression that you know. So simply just keep your progression and just add dominant chords in between, get to the next chord, and you almost pretty much can't go wrong. So with that, I added my C9, which is C with my left hand, right hand B flat, D, E, G. Then I simply just move the third up, which in the key of C, E is the third, and I simply moved the third up and made it to my C minor 9. Because that was my original chord with my C minor 9, but I simply just added a C9 right before I get to that minor 9. So far it sounds like this. My next chord is my F7 sharp 5 sharp 9. So I pretty much can just keep that how it is. So that's a nice little trick that you can do. I just kept the F7 sharp 5 sharp 9. I kept the rest of the chords the same to my B9, to the E flat, and back to my A major 9. I just kept them, the same. Because sometimes you don't want to do too much of passing chords in a song because it can kind of take away. I mean, if you just playing by yourself, then you can add all those passing chords. But me, I like to kind of be a lot more structured. I don't like to give the audience too much. I don't like to add too much, and then it kind of take away from the song. But if I was to do a passing chord from my F to B flat, I already have my F7 sharp 5 sharp 9, so I probably would keep that the same, or I might have just added probably my F9 in there, right when I came from my C minor 9. I just added the F9 and then kept on with the F7 sharp 5 sharp 9. So if you kind of notice, I'm building as much tension as possible to tonicize the next chord, and that's really the whole concept of it. Is that's how you create your passing chords. Because if you notice, most of my chords that I'm using are passing are my dominant chords. I might use a dominant 7 or a dominant 9. And I use that just to pass on to get to that next chord. So here it goes with my with the passing chords that I showed you. Here, I'm gonna do it regular, then I do it with the passing chords, and from there, you can kind of go in and add your own little flavor and just.